Welcome again to Brunswick Now. I'm your host, Jim MacCallum, and this month we'll speak with Lora Moree with the Brunswick Family Assistance, and we'll talk about their programs, specifically their Summer Food Assistance Program. Then we'll speak with Dr. Gregg Rupp with Carolina Canines for service. He'll be bringing a very special guest, his service dog, Sheba. And finally, we'll meet with Cindy Cheatham of the Lower Cape Fear Hospice and Life Care Center about their new center opening in Brunswick County. Stay with us for the next half hour as we get to know our guests and hear their stories.
Welcome to Brunswick Now, ATMC TV, Channel 3, bringing you the best of Brunswick.
Our guest is Lora Moree with the Brunswick Family Assistance. Lora, welcome to our show.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. We know a lot about the contributions of Brunswick Family Assistance, but let's start by asking how long this nonprofit has been here in Brunswick County.
Brunswick Family Assistance is in its 33rd year. We started as the VIC, partnered with the emergency services, and then grew through that to what we are today.
Well, you have a great story, and we thank you for all that you and others do for Brunswick, with Brunswick Family Assistance. We want to talk today about some of the summer programs. Let me preface that by saying your story is so great and so broad that we can't cover it all, and we'd love to have you back on another occasion, but today we'll talk about your summer programs, particularly the food assistance program for students. Could we begin by asking you about that?
The Summer Food Service Program is a division or a subdivision of the USDA Child Nutrition, and yearly children in our schools receive free and reduced lunch. And right now we're probably between 89 and 90% free and reduced in this county.
Throughout the county for all students? Throughout the county for all the students. Okay. The
number is kind of skewed because not all the paperwork gets turned in sometimes. The parent makes a decision. When school is out, as of today, these children will lose 2 meals, their breakfast and their lunch, that they would normally get every day, 5 days a week.
So the bottom line is, without summer assistance for food, these students will do without.
Yes, these students are food insecure. 1 in 4 children in Brunswick County are food insecure. And without the Summer Food Service Program, they would lose those 2 meals, they would lose the snacks that teachers generally give them.
Right.
And it's a very sad story, so we're proud to be able to bring it back.
Well, we're proud that you can tell your story to our friends throughout Brunswick County. 2 meals a day?
2 meals a day. We are serving breakfast and lunch, and it is a hot lunch and a semi-hot breakfast, which is being catered by our school system. We have partnered with the Brunswick County School System, have a catering contract. It will be delivered to our 11 sites, and the meal services are basically 8:30 to 9:30 for breakfast every day, and 11:30 to 12:30 for lunch, with the exception of the 4th of July. All sites are closed on the 4th of July.
Okay. Do we expect that virtually all the students will show up virtually every day?
I would hope so. That's my wish. Unfortunately, geographically, it's not easy for students to get to our schools, so they do need someone to bring them. I do not have a transportation component. We have tried to put them in pockets throughout the county so that we cover the whole county, and we do have 5 schools, and we have 6 other partner areas, which are churches and community centers, one being Planet Fun. So hopefully the children can get there. A parent or an older sibling can bring them there to get them their meals.
And we'll try to list those sites before the show is over so that our viewers will know of those. Again, it begins on the 18th, is that correct?
Yes, it begins June 18th, Monday.
And the age range is?
It is for 1 through 18 years of age. And it is a self-identify, so we're not going to be asking for identification. You just bring your children, ages 1 to 18, to any of the sites at any meal service time. You do not have to go to any particular site. If you're at the top of the county, you can go to a site up there. If you're down in the Southport area, you can go to a site there. If you're down on the Calabash side, you can walk into a site there.
Good. Now we talked about, or I want to talk about what a complex effort this is and how much cooperation you must receive from the churches and the schools and others within the community. Tell us about that.
Well, this year we've been very, very lucky. We started even earlier than we normally would have, going out to the community and working with the school system to get a policy changed so that we could be on site at the schools. and just going out to the community at large, everyone supports the program, but the economics in the area and the economy overall has made it difficult for some people to want to open their doors. And this year there was a concentrated effort, not only by my board members, but volunteers at our office that just went out and said, you've got to open the doors for this. We were unable to bring it last year, and we're just not going to do that this year.
I was about to ask you about last year. Was a food service program available at all last year?
It was available, but we were unable to bring it up. I did not have sites, and I could not get volunteer commitment to any of the sites, and we were not able to utilize the schools last year. So we had to let it go, because we could have ordered at any time. We could have brought the food in at any time. But if I do not have volunteer sites and I don't have the volunteers, I cannot run it.
Well, it's certainly gratifying that this summer it's all fallen together.
Yes. Well, we made a concentrated effort. We've always had the commitment, but the effort was there. This year we were going to push it through, even if we just had to have 2 sites. And we did, and the community has been wonderful. The school system has been wonderful, and volunteers are stepping up. So we have training going on actually today.
Great.
So.
Great. I want to change subjects just a little bit and talk about Christmas in July, because that's a related subject. Tell us about that.
Christmas in July is very similar to an angel tree at Christmas time. It is for the children of the county in grades kindergarten through 8th grade, and it is on an income-based application, and most of them will qualify, but they do need to come to the office and do an application. And that is a program where you get a book bag, your school supplies, a new set of clothes and or uniform, and a pair of shoes. It's amazing how many children, their self-esteem is such a kick when they get brand new stuff to start school with.
Absolutely.
And we need people to adopt them. Like I said, you call the office and get a tag, and hopefully you would provide those items for them, or just drop items off at our office and we'll put them together. Those will be distributed the week after we close the summer food service program.
Okay. Let's talk about logistics. Those of us who live in this county in many ways appreciate what a large county it is, but you were telling me it's the size of Rhode Island.
Yes.
And so how do you go about the logistics of getting the food to the schools, and then of course we talked about getting the students to the schools to enjoy the meals?
It's an endeavor. Being contracted with the school system, again, has another hidden blessing. They have 3 vans.
Okay.
We have 3 central prep sites. We are not cooking at every site. We are cooking at 3 central prep sites, and we have spread those out through the county, because everything must be held at temperature.
Sure.
So these vans are going to go on a predestined route, and they're going to fly, and they're going to drop the food off from their hot packs so that it's going to be delivered 10 minutes before it's served. Breakfast will already be on site because it's a holdover.
Okay.
And that's a concentrated effort from our contractor. Tina Ward over at the school system has been wonderful in putting that together for us.
And I'm sure the Board of Education and Dr. Pruden have been very helpful.
Dr. Pruden, Shirley Babson, all of the board members have been wonderful in working with us and giving us the support. Getting the children to the sites, hopefully older siblings who can drive, parents will take advantage of it because their children can eat free. 2 meals a day for 5 days a week over a 44-day period.
Wow.
It is a large county. That's our largest challenge. So
the size and scope of the county.
It's so rural in places.
Yes. I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk about the sites, so if you could list those, that would be very helpful.
Okay. We begin in Navassa. We have Davis Chapel, Lincoln Elementary, Belleville Elementary, Creative Solutions. We come down to Supply Elementary, down through into Supply and Holden Beach area is Bible Baptist Church. You come up to Planet Fun, Kids Connection, Union Elementary, and Waccamaw Elementary. I think I got them.
Yeah, I have the list here, and I'm impressed that you can provide all those just from memory, but that's terrific. We do want our viewers to know of the availability of those, those sites, and our hopes that the students can be there. On a much broader scale, we know that BFA provides a number of different services. Could we talk about those for a moment?
Brunswick Family Assistance is listed as Emergency Crisis Center for Assistance as well as an information center. If we can't assist you, we will try to get you to the right program that will. Overall, BFA can do, we have an emergency food pantry that is there 5 days a week, it's open. When we have the funding, we have electrical credits, utility credits, that could be water, propane, kerosene, if you heat and cook with that. Of course, BEMC is wonderful to us through the Warm Hearts, Warm Homes campaign. ATMC is wonderful to us with a grant for utility assistance that we're waiting on. We get benevolent funds to help us with anything from rent deposits to rent, first month's rent, late rent. Again, it's all driven by the funding, and if we have it, we will distribute it. We do the Christmas in July program, the Christmas program, prescription assistance, transportation arrangement.
Wow.
It's kind of a one-shop stop, and we do everything that any of the other little nonprofits will do, but we are all partnered together. We all do work together.
We know that you're one of the largest and nonprofits in the county and have been here for 30-plus years.
Yep.
We thank you for all that you and others within the BFA community have done. Is there a contact number that we can provide to our viewers as we conclude our interview?
Certainly. Our number at the office is 754-4766. It's a 24-hour phone with an extension routing system. Or they can go to brunswickfamily@yahoo.com, which is our main email.
Great.
And everything will be responded there. And
Great.
of course, we're on Facebook and Twitter.
Good. Again, Laura, we thank you for being with us today, and we do hope our viewing audience, and especially our students, will be aware of this service.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you very much. Our special guests for this segment of the program are Dr. Gregg Rupp. Dr. Rupp is a local dentist here in Charlotte, and his very, very special dog, Sheba. Dr. Rupp, welcome to our show.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. It's a great story that you have to tell, and so let's start at the beginning and ask how you got involved with Sheba.
It was approximately a little bit over 3 years ago this month, and I had been to a Rotary Club meeting, and we had the director of the Carolina Canines for Service speaking at our club, and he was soliciting people who would be interested in being a foster family for a service dog. Sheba? Under. And so our family was interested in possibly getting a family pet, and I was not too keen on the idea because I happen to be allergic to most breeds of dogs.
I see.
So we thought that this would be a good opportunity for us to not only learn how to care for a dog, but also be able to help the community as well. And it's been a good family project, as we found out. But what Carolina Canines did is they brought me in, and they had me exposed to a breed called a Labradoodle.
And Sheba is a Labradoodle.
That's correct. And what that is it's really a mix between a poodle that's a fairly hyperallergenic dog and a Labrador Retriever. And they've seemed to use these dogs quite a bit for service dogs because they are hypoallergenic, the intelligence of the poodle breed, as well as the brawn and the retrieving skills of a Labrador.
By now, our viewers, I'm sure, know that Sheba is a very special service dog, a dog in training. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you and your family have undertaken to train Sheba from a very young age to her age, which is now?
She's 3.
3. So you've had her for 3 years.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about the training of Sheba.
What we did initially is we got Sheba when she was 6 weeks old, so she could fit into our hands.
Wow.
And what Carolina Canines does is we had to attend a puppy training classes, and this would occur Monday evenings weekly, where we would travel to Wilmington. They'd be hour-long classes, and they would train us how to train our puppies.
Right.
The puppies would be there, and the class size is usually small. It's usually 2 to no more than 4 dogs that are going through that program. And then after about a year and a half, we then go every other Monday evening for training. And then there are certain events that we are involved with in Wilmington or in the area whenever we're trying to promote Carolina Canines for Service. We generally try to be there to have the dog there and really promote this wonderful program.
It's a big undertaking, and it's not just you, but it's your entire family, and it's a 24-hour-a-day commitment. Am I right?
It really is. They are very concerned about dogs interacting with other dogs for fear of injury and things like that. So we make sure that we're with Sheba at all times. Sheba, certain airlines allow Sheba to fly in the coach area of a plane. So Sheba has traveled from here to Chicago to South Bend, Indiana, and back, all in the plane.
Sheba's well socialized.
She really is. She attends church. She's a regular at Walmart.
Good.
And so wherever we go, she goes. We take her to restaurants with us. Try to take her to as many public settings as possible to acclimate her to that.
Right.
Because when she's placed with the person who she'll be, the handicapped individual that she'll be placed with, that person will need to be able to feel comfortable going anywhere with her.
And we'll talk some more about that in just a moment. But I know that you have trained Sheba to respond to a number of commands. Could you give us some examples of the training of Sheba to date?
It generally starts out with just basic commands. For example, a down command or a sit. There'd be either heel or side, depending on the side of the person that we want them to be on. Being able to walk without her running ahead of us. Mm-hmm. Being able to have her in a stay position, and I could leave the room, leave her for 3 minutes, and then call her to me, and then she'll be able to come. Most recently, we're working on commands like, and sometimes if I use these commands, she may try to go for it, but things like opening a refrigerator. We can have her open
Right.
the refrigerator, close the refrigerator. Oftentimes, if we go to a handicap accessible building, they'll have the push plates where she would have to rise to that and push that plate. She is also, we're training her to rise to retrieve things, let's say, off of the counter. Right now, we're working with her as far as the remote controls are concerned, television remote controls,
Right.
where we will have it across the room and indicate that she would have to retrieve it and bring it to us.
Now let's talk about the end result, because it's so gratifying, I'm sure, for you and your family to know that Sheba will be serving a severely handicapped civilian. Tell us a little bit about that.
Most of the recipients that we have seen, a majority of them are wheelchair bound. Many of them are without the use of at least 2, if not 3 limbs.
Wow.
And so Sheba becomes almost the legs and arms of these individuals who are handicapped. Carolina Canines is very good about not placing a dog too soon. We've had Sheba for 3 years, and she'll still go on for further advanced training with a professional trainer for at least 6 months, if not a year, before she is paired with a recipient. And right now they are so backlogged with people who really are in need of a service dog. And they do a very good job of determining the skills that Sheba possesses, mm-hmm. and then also the pool of recipients they have, and they do a very diligent job of pairing these people up correctly with the correct animal.
Now, occasionally I say that the student always learns more than the teacher, so tell us how gratifying it has been for your family to have Sheba.
It's been, I can't tell you, just the love. I know that soon here, Sheba is going to be going on, in fact, Tuesday of this next week, to advanced training, so she'll be leaving our home. We'll have 2 occasions to visit with her, one while she's in advanced training, and then when she's actually placed with a handicapped person. So we'll see her after Tuesday only 2 more times. But I've been really happy about doing this in that it's very gratifying when we meet people and they're very complimentary of what we're doing, and knowing that the efforts that we make will go on with Sheba.
Right. Dr. Rupp, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the service that you're providing to an individual that you may never know. It's a terrific service, and I know our viewers will really enjoy this portion of our program.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Our guest is Cindy Cheatham. Cindy is with the Lower Cape Fear Hospice and Life Care Center. Cindy, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
The hospice story, you know, I've indicated already, is a great story, and we're so glad you could be with us today to tell the hospice story. Tell us essentially what hospice is, in your own words.
Hospice is end-of-life care. It's a specialized kind of care for a patient who's been given a diagnosis of 6 months or less. And it's just a very specialized kind of care. It's just like if you would go to any other kind of doctor. Hospice specializes in how to take care of those patients in the last days.
Well, I know we have our new hospice center here in Brunswick County, and I want to talk about that in a moment. But first, let's talk about the fact that hospice provides in-home attention.
Yes.
Could you tell us about that?
Yes. We take care of patients in the home. Most people want to be in the home in those end-of-life days. And we have CNAs that come in and take care of them, social worker, a nurse. Our doctors make home visits if necessary. Chaplains are available if necessary. But we do have the home care, and a lot of people do just want to be in the home. That's just more comfortable to them than a hospital setting.
Sure, sure. Let's talk about the new hospice center here in Brunswick County, which is such a great story.
Yes, it is. And by the time this airs, it will be open and be ready for patients. That should be happening in July.
Great.
And it's the SECU Hospice House of Brunswick. And we're just very excited to have that addition to our community. We serve 5 different counties, Brunswick, Bladen, Columbus, Pender, and New Hanover. And we have a care center in Wilmington that has 12 beds, and the Angel House in Columbus County has 6 beds. But now we're going to be able to provide that care closer to home in Brunswick County, where we'll have 7 beds available for patients who cannot be cared for at home or who don't want to be at home.
Mm-hmm. Tell us where it's located.
It's on the 900 block of Old Ocean Highway. We have a formal address, but I don't know if you MapQuested it yet, if it's there. But if you are on 17 North and you were to take Old Ocean Highways, if you were going to the complex in Bolivia, you'll find us right there on the right on Hope Lane. And from Hope Lane, you'll bear to the right onto Mercy Lane. Our formal address is 955 Mercy Lane, Southeast, Bolivia.
Not far from our community college.
That is correct. Right across the street, a rock's throw. That's right.
You know, we see in the obituaries frequently that those who have passed away make requests for hospice.
Yes.
How does that work?
Many times when someone passes or the family, they wish in lieu of any other gift for the gift to go to hospice, and that's a really nice way to memorialize or honor that person. And if they have at least $1,000 that has been given in memory of that person, they can also get a tribute tile at the care center, and we'll do an annual memorial service with that person's name on it. So that is something really nice that we can do. It's called the Impressions Tile, and it's going to be just a beautiful wall that looks like blue stained glass or sea glass with the names etched on it of those loved ones.
We've talked a little bit about the services provided at the new facility. Why would someone need a hospice care center?
Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, if the patient does not want to be at home, they might not want that to be the lasting memory that their loved ones have. There might be children in the home, and they don't want that to be anything that would be disturbing. But many times if you have someone and they've moved here from out of the area in which we have a great retirement county, the median age of the people that we generally serve is around 68. A lot of times they don't have an extended support system here.
Good point.
And so that 24-hour caregiving gets very, very intense. And sometimes the caregiver just needs that relief. Sometimes it's for pain and symptom management. And we also have the care center available for respite care. If, for example, your loved one, you had a ceremony to go to, or a graduation, or a wedding that you were invited to long before this happened, your loved one could go into the care center for, I think, 5 days so that you could make that trip to a graduation or a wedding and then come back.
That's
and
good
then
to know.
Then they could come back in the home if they wanted to do that.
So that's for a short-term stay?
Yes, yes. So
I
that is
see.
available, yes.
Yeah. Tell us how referrals are made to the hospice.
Well, the doctor can refer the patient, or
Okay.
you can refer yourself. I mean, you can do that and say, you know, I think I'm ready for hospice care. And we have had people do that. I've had, in my time that I've been there, a couple of people that have walked into the office and said, I think I'm hospice appropriate, and we can do that and take care of that person.
Now, we know, of course, that most hospice services are for the elderly, but not necessarily. Would that be correct?
Not necessarily. If it's an end-of-life diagnosis, if it's where they don't expect that person to live 6 months, it can be anyone. So, I mean, we have taken care of children who were infants or newborns. That's not that common, but it has happened, and we are equipped to do that and take care
Excellent.
of that.
Let's jump back to the beginning of our interview and talk about the construction of the building, but also the great support that you got from Brunswick County.
It has been wonderful. It was a $3.5 million campaign, and we more than likely, by the time we have our grand opening, will well have exceeded that goal. But the community has just been unbelievably supportive. Grants and fundraisers and individual gifts and company gifts, and it has just been, everybody has stepped up to the plate, and really, you know, when they say it takes a village, it has.
Absolutely.
And we've had from $1 to $1 million thanks to the SECU Foundation, but every dollar has helped to make this happen.
Tell us about the SECU Foundation donation.
Oh, that was wonderful. That really kind of pushed the whole campaign over the edge. We received word back in November that they had decided to award $1 million to us. Now, they did challenge the community before the end of the campaign to raise the remaining $500,000, and we have done that.
And let's be clear about this. The needs will continue.
The needs will continue.
And donations and other support is always...
Absolutely, absolutely. Those donations really bridge the gap where the Medicaid or Medicare or private donations do not always, you know, meet those goals. I think last year we were able to, we had like $500,000 of unreimbursed care. So those donations help with that. We had over 1 million miles that our staff traveled throughout the 5 counties. So those kind of monies help to bridge that gap.
Right. Cindy Cheatham, you're a great friend.
Thank you.
A great supporter of hospice. We thank you for being with us here today. I frequently say that you of the hospice communities are angels on this earth, and we appreciate everything you do, and we thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this month on Brunswick Now. If you have any questions about the information you've seen on this month's show, feel free to give us a call at 910-755-1770. Again, thanks for joining us, and be sure to join us next month for Brunswick Now on ATMC TV.
Brunswick Now set is provided by Badcock Home Furniture and More, located on Main Street, Charlotte. Stop by today to find your perfect match.
This is ATMC TV Channel 3. We bring you the best of Brunswick.